Welcome to Friendship Baptist Church Friendship Moments. Pastor DeWayne Crumley. Well, we just had our big eclipse yesterday, and everybody was all excited about it. I was amazed to see how many people had planned their life around it for the past year. People planning weddings and tailgating and all this just because of an eclipse. Of course, everybody was talking about this and about that and talking about Jesus coming back and everything. Well, as I was reading and studying my Bible, I went to Ecclesiastes, the 3rd chapter, and it says this: there's a time for everything and a season for every activity under the heavens. A time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, a time to uproot, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to tear down and a time to build up, a time to weep, a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance, a time to scatter stones and a time to gather stones, a time to embrace and a time not to embrace, a time to search and a time to give up, a time to keep and a time to throw away, a time to tear and a time to mend, a time to be silent and a time to speak, a time to love and a time to hate, and a time for war and a time for peace. Also yesterday I found out that a gentleman I know passed away very unexpectedly. No one knew that he was sick, not sure if he knew it himself. But I got to thinking about that, and it ties in with what I just read. There's a time to be born and a time to die. And I talked about this a little bit last week, but I want to hit on it again. We're one day closer to standing before God than we were yesterday. And I don't care who you are. A baby that is born, the day it's born, it starts to die. That's a fact of life. And 1 out of 1 is going to die. So are you ready? You know, God showed us yesterday how great he was with that eclipse. Man can't do that. Man has no control over any of that. In fact, man has no control over anything. God is completely in control. You know, Job started asking God questions about this and about that, and God never answered him, but God asked him questions. Job, where were you when I told the sea how far it could come? Where were you when I told the sun to shine? Where were you when I created everything? So I want to ask you today, are you ready to stand before God? This could be your last day. Tomorrow could be your last day. Not trying to scare you, just trying to get you to realize what King David said. He said, I've been young and now I'm old. And I'm going to tell you, I'm 65 now, be 66 in a few months. But it seems like just yesterday I was 20. Day before yesterday I was 5. I told my grandson yesterday he'll be getting his driver's license this year. I said, Elijah, Papa's had his driver's license 50 years this year. And you could see the smile on his face, and he said, wow. He can't comprehend 50 years because he hadn't lived that long. But listen, no matter how long you live, if it's 100 years, 90 years, 66 years, it's just a vapor. It's just going to happen very quickly. And what matters the most is, are you ready to stand before God? Are you ready to meet your Maker? I can't see your heart, and I'm glad. But you know if you're ready. So I encourage you today to get alone, spend time with God. Look at your life. See what's important. Because I can assure you, the older you get, the more you're going to think about standing before God. Friendship Baptist Church is a very unusual church. We lift up the name of Christ. We don't lift up the deacons or the pastors. We don't lift up anybody other than Christ. We have a wonderful spirit. We love God and we love each other. And we'd love to see you. Everyone that comes there says this: it's amazing. I feel at home here. We had a gentleman that's been coming now, and he said he hadn't been in church in 28 years. He said, I've never been to a church that would accept me. But he said, y'all do. And you know why that's possible? Because of what the Holy Spirit is doing at Friendship Baptist Church in Center Star, Alabama. So if you're looking for a church, you're looking for somewhere to be accepted, you're looking for somewhere to be encouraged, how about giving us a shot? I don't care how many times you've been in church in the past, how many times you may have been hurt, how many excuses you make. Come try us and see the difference in a Christ-centered church and see how much the Holy Spirit can do for you in lifting you up, leading you, and guiding you. Thank you for listening to Friendship Moments. God bless you.